What's going on, guys? This is Badger coming back at you with some tendies in the making. All right, so what we have today is Facebook, AMD, Apple, and Tesla. AMD is probably our main watch right now, and that is only because it had a little bit of news this morning, and the news was um, sorry, you can't see this. So the news is AMD expands collaboration with Google Cloud to deliver faster application performance and elevate business productivity with AMD EPYC processors. Now we were going to watch AMD was on our watch list anyway. I really liked the 199 price levels that it was at. Um, so it's something that I was looking at anyway. Now with the news, for sure, I like it at this level. The only variables here are that we have voting for the extension for Congress, so that way we don't shut down, and things like that. So that is, in my opinion, going to play. Could play a part in today and what we see. So we're just going to have to, just kind of roll with it at the beginning and hope that we don't get clapped. So what I'm doing right now, we're about 7 minutes away from market open. I'm going to preload some calls. That way we have some stuff to play. And the way that we're doing this, following the rules, we're going to take 2 trades max today. So the first trade is going to be whatever we see and set up, but it's going to be half of our buying power. The second trade will only happen is if I lose the first trade. Okay, so if I win the first trade, it's profitable, or break even. Then, or sorry, yeah, if I lose the first trade, wait, I think I said that backwards. Okay, first trade, right? First trade goes, we're profitable, we end it there. If it's break even, or maybe just $1 profitable, we'll take one more trade. If that is also the same result or a loss, we will end it for the day. As to not overtrade, and we're making sure we don't do that by allocating our buying power appropriately. It'll also give us the opportunity to take a move that is relatively big, and we don't have to stay in for too long. We can take easy profits that way, and we don't have to be holding the bag for too long, especially on a day that is a 1 DTE. So right now, we're looking at AMD. We have some decent open interest here. We don't know the volume yet or the demand, but we're going to go with right at the money or inside the money. AMD is actually $100, so this call would be a 101, so it's right out of the money. Is that right? Yeah. No, it says that it's in the money. I don't know. Whatever. It'll adjust. So we're gonna copy this. Go back to our charts over here. Paste it in there. Cool. So is it actually 117? Okay, cool. So we're going to divide that. We're going to call it 120 to account for any weird fluctuations. We can get 20 calls here. So we're probably not going to get 20 calls. And actually, you know what? Just for the sake of it being, I don't really want to mess with this 1 DTE today, just because the market could be pretty volatile today. Normally, I probably wouldn't really care. But because we have so much going on with the Fed and with shutdown and Delta and all this other crap, we are going to go 1 week out instead, just to preserve a little bit of capital in the event that we turn around and things don't go our way sharply, right? We don't want to get burned with that theta, and I want to be able to let the play kind of play out, especially when we're working with lines and charts and stuff. So let's get our buying power 2500 and divide that by, we'll call it 290. So that gives us 8 contracts. So it gives us 8.6. So we will call it 8. And we're not going to load any puts. I'm playing pretty directionally. Also, since we're watching 4 stocks overall, we're not going to actively trade them. I'm going to have the other ones on the back burner, but we can switch in them pretty easily right here. So I have yellow. These are yellow. Scalps B is allocated to red, so we can flip in and out there. Our main ones are Apple and AMD. Sorry, Facebook and Apple. Facebook and AMD. All right, so we have AMD loaded up. Down here, we're going to put Tesla, which is the backup for this. So for Tesla, I actually don't really know that I want to play Tesla. And I know for sure I don't want to play it on a... So I don't know. I'm a little torn. We may just load up this here, and we will call it a day. So with Tesla, not much news. I just like where it's been trading. This dotted line, oops. This dotted line that it's resting at could be a nice little support that we have. Actually, I'll pull it up over here for you guys. Okay, so there's a dotted line here. We pull up the 5-minute, 5-day. So we've been in this range here a bit. It's been somewhat of a support level as well as a minor resistance. So if we can hold that, maybe we retrace down, bounce up. That'd be something to watch for. So that is what I'm looking at on Tesla. Not super strong of a play. If anything, I just want to catch some momentum. Okay, so let's go over to Facebook and Apple. So Facebook, or as Josh would call it, the Facebookian. We're going to do the same thing, and we're going to go out a week. So we're at, we'll go here, copy that. 25. And so when you're loading calls into ActiveTrader, you're going to want to make sure you don't do it too close to or too far away from market open, because what will happen is the calls will be invalid. So I would wake up pretty early and load them in like first thing, but you definitely don't want to do that. And Apple, we're going to go a week out as well. We'll take it here. Yeah. Copy. So 220, so we call it 230 times. We can probably do 5 here. Cool. All right, so we have our calls loaded up and we are ready for that. So I won't really bring up, if I switch around these charts, or if I'm watching something else, I'll flip it over. But for the most part, we are, honestly, I might play AMD right at open. I'll try to keep everything updated. So I have another screen pulled up with Tesla and Apple, just so I can actively watch it and not just be passively there. But if I end up watching them, I'll switch. Okay, so AMD is about to open up. Overview up. We might just buy in right here in 5 seconds. So we'll see. We may have some downward momentum here. And I don't want to be very reactive with this. We have a minor resistance here that we're going to have to pass. So just watching, see this little level here. It's not a real level. It's a very minor price action zone, but it still is kind of testing there. Okay, we're gonna try to take that. Ooh. Ooh. I was rejected out of that. Okay, so we're in AMD here. And it may just be a quick move that we're looking for. But we are going to be active in watching it play out here. We'll see how we test that pre-market. I do like that our squeeze is up. We're a little bit in that oversold range with the RSI, but it's okay because it can hang out there for a bit. Let me check out Q's. So Q's actually looks pretty nice right now. It's actually mimicking AMD, so we're gonna hold that for just a bit. Let it do its thing. I ended up getting 3 contracts. I don't know if you guys saw that. Q's is still pushing, so we want to see this hold, obviously. I'm going to scale out of 1 here. We have 2 more. I like the consolidation here as long as we can hold that line. And see, we're kind of giving up just a little bit here. Q's is seeing some resistance at the top. It's a nice little pushback here. And a retrace is perfectly fine. So what we're taking here, Q's is still moving up a bit. As long as Q's has that strength, I really like holding here. I don't mind. SPY as well is doing pretty well here at open. Volume's descending a little bit. We got about 30 seconds left in this minute. So we're seeing a little bit of resistance here. Not too bad. We're still over the 90 MA. I am definitely glad it didn't get weeklies though. And by that I mean 1 DTE. So getting a little push down. Q's as well is seeing a little bit of resistance here. AMD's pushing a little bit. So we're going to sell 1 more. Okay, we sold 1, so we have 1 left. We're going to let those 1 ride just a little bit. There we go. This was a nice little consolidation pattern here. 1 minute patterns are not very strong, but this was definitely a little flag here. Q's as well is still mimicking. Like they're both, they both look identical. And since we're probably not going to be making any trades after this, we're going to pull up Q's right here. Just so you guys can see what's kind of going on. And I'm going to sell here. Cool. So we're out of all those. We're 4.02% on the day. Actually, I can probably pull it up for you guys here. Monitor. So, well, damn. I don't know where it is. Okay, but yeah, we profited 108 today on that trade. Still have half of our buying power available. But I mean, that was good. Let me see if I can. I'm not sure where the well, I wish I could show you like percentages and stuff. Or how I took each call, but whatever. I don't know. I look at this on mobile, to be honest with you, so I wasn't really sure how it would look. But so we got in on this opening candle, I believe, held through here. We saw the consolidation, took some profits, scaled out. We had 3 contracts. The part that kind of bit me here is that as soon as market opened, the contracts went up a lot in value, and I had 8 loaded. So I didn't have the buying power to collect those, which kind of messed up my entry just a little bit. But in retrospect, I mean, I wouldn't have played that any differently. Because, you know, I just, since I use this active trader, I haven't figured out a way yet, I guess, to change contracts pretty quickly, other than having to go to trade, find the contract, load it up. So I'm fine with that. I saw that it was about 400. I knew I wanted to use about half my buying power, so I just did 4 times 3, 1200. Um, so we took 3. We probably could have took a few more, especially with the buying power we had and anticipating that we did have that AMD run. Looking at this now, so this right here on Qs that we saw, this is what, 1 2 3 4 5, so 1 2 3 4 5. So I think we got out right here, right? So looking at this, so first of all, looking at this Qs candle here, this Qs candle here, this Q candle here, it showed me, number one, we got pushed down a little bit. We had some indecision, still some indecision. I didn't want to hold on a potential reversal given the fact that there's a lot of market conditions right now. Since AMD and Qs were moving pretty similarly, I should have looked at the fact that, okay, well, Qs is obviously having gas. It could have been news related, etc. Like I said, I'm going to hold that value to which I said that, Qs was just not, it didn't look super hot. So I didn't want to chance it. And the market conditions right now are pretty shaky. They've been shaky all week. I think this has been one of the worst weeks since like March or something like that, or April. I don't remember what they were saying yesterday. But it's always better to take profits than to say, oh, I could have had, XYZ contracts at whatever percentage. It's just not worth it for me. So right here, this is perfect. We're actually consolidating here a little bit. This is a little bit bearish, so depending on how Qs holds up, we could see a retrace here, which would be fine. We could even see a retrace here, which is still be fine. It's still going to be higher lows, but had we had more contracts, I definitely would have held through. I just didn't want to give back any profits, especially since we caught such a quick and easy move. But I hope this helps, guys. I will try to do this more often. For sure, I've freed up my schedule to do more morning trading at home so that I can record some of these things. See, this is perfect. So this is a great example of, I could have easily gotten here, come up, held, right? Because we're not touching EMA. Gotten here and thought, okay, cool, we're consolidating a bit. And then maybe gotten and seen this, maybe I'm, starting to lose profits, dipping down into this area here and thinking, oh, well, maybe I should have, held, whatever. I don't know. I know myself as a trader, when I start seeing red candles and I start seeing, weakness over here, I start, having some FOMO, I guess you could say, and I'll figure it out of a sell. I just know I will. So the goal of scalping, in my opinion, is to catch this, and that's exactly what we did, right? We knew what we were looking for. We knew the exit plan. We were scaling out on the way up to lock in profits. It was perfect. So I definitely don't regret getting out here. Even if we rock it out over here, even if we rock it out and finish 105, who knows, right? We don't. So I'm considering it a win. But anyway, I was wrapping up the video. I hope this helps, guys. I freed up more time to do this, so hopefully I'll be posting more of these soon. And hopefully I don't have any losers ever again. But if I do, I'll post those too. But thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.